I think every business owner has a swerte na gitingali kayong dili maka-experience gyud nga kanang undangon na lang kani nato but siguro the mindset was one more month.
Wow, I love that.
One more month.
month.
Yeah.
One more push.
Kana lang, one more month kay luoy sad ang clients in our care. Or
Amazing.
one more month and then we might have to think about endorsements. One more month until we're here today. And
Wow.
continue lang gyapon. Hopefully di na ta mabalik atong one more month.
Welcome to the Big Picture Philippines. And we have another episode for you today. And this is very, how should I say this? I'm excited for this because I just invited her last Tuesday and she said yes. So I'm so happy to be surrounded with fun people and also business-oriented people because I'm part of Toastmasters. And I actually, just to intro this guest of ours, she is a friend from Toastmasters. In fact, she's a very dedicated Toastmaster. That's where we've met. And alongside with a lot of, in fact, our next guest as well will be from Toastmasters. But I've known her for quite a while, and I've been to this interesting therapy center in Kamputao, at Queens Road, Kamputao, Cebu. And the name of it is Fundamentals Pediatric Therapy Center.
Wow.
So, yes, this is for children of ages 0 to 18, developmental age, so to be precise. And this caters to children with special needs, is what did I mention that correctly? Basin makakuan ko, mabash ko, you know. But yeah, to be specific, psychosocial dysfunctions or physical dysfunctions. So I have my notes here, of course. Please help me welcome with so many resounding applause. Must be doing Toastmaster virtual applause. Miss April Grace Chiongbian, or we call her Priya.
Yes.
Welcome, Priya.
Welcome to the Big Picture.
Yeah, so let's start from the very beginning.
Yeah.
0 to 18. But seriously, how did you get into this type of business and why? Maybe what's the backstory for this?
All right, so the backstory. So we start from the very beginning.
Yes.
My dream was always to become a medical professional, so particularly a doctor. But when I got into the field of occupational therapist, I took up BSOT as a pre-med na course with the intention of it being a pre-med. But when I was exposed in the field during internship, I noticed na naman sa day something, ikabuga ang OT. Like there is some beauty in this profession. No? So my short stint, 8 weeks naman to siya per rotation. But during those 8 weeks, fulfilling man. And that's when I thought na this might be something that I can actually do. And so I went on to take the board exam, and then without much effort, I landed a job. Like sila ang ni-offer, and then sige, I'll try it out for a few months maybe and take up medicine next year.
Where was this? Veles?
No, in a different pediatric clinic in the city.
Okay. Sige.
So in a different center, and then I had the opportunity to work, and I said na might try it out for a few months, and if it doesn't work out, I have med school next year.
But plan B.
Plan B, yeah. As they say, diba? Plan A to Z na siya dapat. But yeah.
Something ba na kanisiya imuhang gigsud na course, like someone influenced you or is just you lang ginaganahan ka nila?
Pre-med lang yun siya.
Actually, somebody influenced me. Kay OT man good back then was 5 years. Ang
right.
sikat na pre-med is medtech, which is 4 years, or nursing, 4 years. So actually, alkansi og 1 year, but somebody, my cousin in particular is an OT, but based na siya in the States. Siyang ningon na, why not i-pre-med mo ang OT? Extensive kay anatomy, so very helpful in medical school.
Very, very intense.
Yep.
Yeah.
And ana sa siya nga, this would be a profession na okay og fallback for you if you don't intend to proceed to medical school. And somehow the fallback became the choice.
main point.
Yeah, it became the main point.
Yeah.
It became the main thing. Not because it was a fallback, but
Yep.
because I fell in love with the profession
that's
as
good.
I
Nice.
delved deeper into it.
Wow.
Okay, na among background is nursing as well.
So mga relate na mga anatomy, di ba?
But at least she made a business out of her profession. No?
Yeah, and that's where the passion is, di ba?
Yeah. But this is very unique. Kani imong Fundamentals Pediatric. It's let's for the benefit na lang sa ako. I know I have a little bit background of what OT is, but for our anyone who's listening to this, unsa may marag definition in the layman's term, I guess, what OT is. And say difference is a PT, OT.
Okay.
And yeah, nursing. Kabayaran mo ginang uban say nurse, no?
So yes, ang OT or occupational therapy, so basically what we do is we work with people of different needs. So it could be with kids, it could be with adults. So we have settings in the hospitals, we have OTs in the mental health facility. So anybody who has challenges with occupations. But the thing is, ang common na to nga notion sa occupation is trabaho.
Yeah.
Bito.
But at the
Occupation man.
yeah, occupation. But actually, in the most basic sense of the term occupation, it's anything that we do to occupy time.
Ah, really?
Yeah, so when we discuss
I learned a new
occupations,
thing today.
oh, kana. So self-care is an occupation.
Yes.
Work
It's one of it.
is one of it. Ang students, for kids, school is an occupation. Play is an occupation. In fact, play is the main occupation of children. So we're
Wow.
not limited to the occupation being a work as a term, but rather anything that we do to occupy time. So
Is that actually the definition of occupation or sa inyo hala na field?
I think,
Si Merriam-Webster mo na yung ingon.
actually, sige, ako ka-research no sa difference between
Sorry for putting you on the spot, but
the definition ni Merriam-Webster o kaning sa mong books, but if sa mo lang profession in the
Yes.
books, mo gid ilahang
Mo gid, yeah.
term.
That's good,
Dako di siya
Occupational
broad,
therapy.
it's a
broad,
good
you know?
mindset, to switch
Yeah.
back kay,
Yeah.
we sometimes I don't know if that's only for kids, but for adults as well, we need to play. Spend time for our self-care.
Yeah.
Like it's an occupation.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, one of the things good that we advocate for is balance, no?
Yes.
So, occupational balance is actually a thing. So, meaning to say, too much of work
Right.
is not good. Okay, we lose out on time for self-care, leisure, social participation, time for family and friends. So, muna siyang occupation. It encompasses everything that we do to occupy our time. Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow. Very, very interesting concept.
Karon po ko ato, bro.
While PT is kanang physical therapy lang gina siya.
Yes,
Kanang
physical therapy
sa
lang gid
mobility.
sila. Yeah, they focus on mobility, physical dysfunction. So, inigabot na to sa rehab or in the clinics. Let's say, na-mention man sa mo earlier, di ba,
Yeah.
na we handle physical dysfunctions
Yes,
as well.
yes.
Maglahi na siya in the approach because when we talk about PTs, ang PT focuses on the basic components or the main components of movement. So, they do mga exercises,
Yeah.
stretching, mobility, all of these nga targeting yung muscle and movement.
Okay.
Inigabot na sa OT in the most ideal sense, we still do those but incorporated in activities.
Yeah. How can they use it for?
Yeah, so if we have a homemaker as a patient na stroke and she wants to be able to cook again, so we work on mobility but the activities is geared towards simulation of
Wow,
cooking, the steps of cooking.
Ah,
or
alright.
So nagya po yung exercises, but ultimately our activities or the intervention aspect of it is geared towards performing a certain activity or occupation. Yun.
Very
Ah,
interesting.
okay.
Training to redo dressing, mga
Yeah.
So quick question. So
Yeah.
if a patient na siya stroke,
Okay.
So una bagid ang PT una o sa mag-OT or pwede ra OT PT unsa may better na?
It depends. It's a case-to-case basis, but ideally we do both. Because while the
alright.
PT focuses on their scope of adding working on the movements and the stability and the like, the OT will be able to work on application of those skills nga na work on sa PT into the daily life activities.
So makross kuan ra ba unsay tawag kani? Iyahang skill is pwede ra po like ikaw if OT ka, pwede ka makabuat sa PT na job or no?
If we go by the books yun, no.
No,
No,
okay,
No,
okay.
Yeah.
Pero nagin may knowledge about it.
Nagyapon
okay.
interprofessional man siya. So incorporate ra sad na mo. So let's say for example, nani PT nga client, no? So during OT, we get to ask the PT, sige, asa naman mo dapita sa inyong balance training. Sige, so that ari mi sa kanang ingani nga certain activities kung mag-bathing simulation mi. Diri ra sad kutob ako ang balance training or challenges nga ihatag sa
So in
kanila.
collaboration.
Collaboration gid siya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very important to. Why did you choose kanina age group instead of like the professional or adult age group?
I think when I had my internship, Manggod, we got to rotate in different settings, no? And this is just one of the settings, mo. But this is where I fell in love with a job. It was with the kids. Okay. A little something about myself. Growing up, yan na, di ko mag-teacher kay di ko pasensya nga pagkatao. But I was surprised because while I was in the peds rotation, nalingaw dyan bitaw ko. And, I think people would kill to work nga imong trabaho is fun and games, right? So if you actually get to visit my clinic, you saw the clinic. When you go in the gym, puro ra gyud siya toys. No, so
nice.
kuan gyud siya. It's fun to it keeps me young. Although there are challenges in the job, but my heart was into the pediatric setting as I explored through the settings of OT.
Nice.
I-connect na to. Ang nagtrabaho ka o you worked in a certain therapy center as well.
Yeah.
And then how did that connect to your business karon na?
Okay.
Of course, you own this now without a partner, if I'm not mistaken.
I have
You have a partner?
partners now.
Ba? Right now. Pero before, when you started, ikaw lang?
There were two of us. Majority of the shares are still mine.
Okay.
So
Sige.
sa business, majority is still mine, but I have partners na helping me with the business aspect.
What kind of partnership? Is
Like
it?
corporation siya. So
Okay.
there's three of us in this now.
Pero ikaw ang
Main,
CEO
yeah,
kita.
yeah.
Na operations, imuha kita nan.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Sige. How did that get to that level?
Right. yeah.
Okay. So,
Or how did it start, man?
I'm curious ako sa funding.
yeah.
How we
I
got
was
to
actually
that.
about to ask, like, how much capital there?
Sige, go.
I was lucky to have my dad push me to it.
Yeah, that's fine. No.
Yeah, so
Angel investor.
I think the same with nursing pod, no? Sa OT, murag yun siyang muskwila ka ani para gawas.
Yes.
Right.
So while I was working, okay, mag-OT ko kay nalipay ko ani nga line of work.
You're about to go outside.
Ni-explore ko sa options of working abroad, greener pastures. And then my dad kept on pushing the agenda of why not opening up your own clinic, no? So I considered it, and then kana lang, I think some aspect of it said no is things will fall into place, Rasad, if it's something that's worth investing our time in. Marag, mo unfold Rasad ang things for us. So we were looking for places. I was with Jot, my brother. We were looking for places. We stumbled upon a unit in Vibo Place.
Oh, yeah.
Nga padung mo end ang contract sa previous tenant. And then when we saw the unit, the layout was already kanang gamay na lang gyud siya changes, pwede na gyud siya for therapy center.
Okay.
And then sige, might give it a try kina natay venue, and then we have the know-how of this, the program, the technical aspects of the program. So, and I had the funding from my dad.
Oh, yeah.
So, that's how it started. Actually, it didn't take a year to decide on this. Kay I resigned March, April nangita mi og place. We found a place in May. It might be an impulsive thing, but but probably I was circumstances were in my favor then.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. And now it's been 6 years, right? Since
Turning
that's-
6, yeah.
Turning 6. Wow, congrats.
Thank you.
And Mike always mentioned about the 5-year
Yeah.
yeah. Tawa ka na ba? Murag silig.
Yeah, I think that hindi siya ceiling, but based on experience lang pod and what I've read books or articles said, when you reach that 5-year bitaw sa imong business, it's marabitag validity na your business is actually going places na. So wala na ka sa kanabitang uncertainty
trial
na
period.
stage. So which is congratulations. You are in the right track. So I believe na imuhang karon it's more on how you sustain na lang.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So kato siya, you had a fun. Like how was it like starting something, a venture, gid siya? Because you quit your job and
Yeah.
at least full time gid mo.
Yeah, it's a leap of faith, diba?
Oh, leap of faith.
Leap of
gid
faith
siya.
gid siya. Well, I quit my job. Nagpahibaw sad ko sa akong previous boss.
Of course.
Na my dad, because it was my dad gid who really pushed me into this. He was the one
What
who
a
really
supportive
wanted
dad,
this.
you know?
Yeah. He really wanted this for me. So, nagpahibaw lang sa kanila out of courtesy, and then because niche man sa gig kay siya, so you can't just like open it up to the market and have walk-ins, no?
know,
Because the population we're dealing with is children with special needs. We take these
Dito.
clients from referrals, gid gyapon siya. So, I applied as a part-time faculty in Velez.
So that was the strategy.
Yeah, that was a strategy.
Get the leads.
Yeah. Well, to still
your
have
name
income coming in. Yeah. To survive.
Okay,
Yeah. So,
sideline.
sideline. So I had a partner then. She's still with me right now, but there were 2 of us back then. So it was just the 2 of us, gyud puli-puli mig days in the center. So when Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, ako Monday, Wednesday, Friday, iyaha. On the days nga wala ko sa center, I worked in Velez, and the same for her. She works at in Velez. Para kanang the strategy was we also find another stream of income para di bitaw may gigil to do anything and everything in our power to make an income out of the business right away.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the
It's a
day,
smart move.
while it is a business para namo kay service mangud gyapon siya.
Right.
So, marag lisod sa atong negosyoon ang clients because this is a business built upon trust and credibility. So,
Yeah.
it takes time.
We're vocations, in a sense. Yeah.
Mara siya gihana
Interesting, no?
magod. So, mo gito, the thought coming into opening up the business was, gidawat na namo nga, this isn't the business for a get rich fast kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it's a long-term-
It's a
long-term
long-term
vision.
thing. Yun. So, we really need to find ways and means nga mabuhi gyapon mi nga. Di na mo
Masacrifice to.
pugson ang business.
Business mismo.
Yun nga kon. Of course, we still have business is business
Yes.
gyapon.
Yeah.
Di man sa we have bills to pay man gyud. But kana siya marag, it had to be 2 different things.
Well, starting. Pero karon na-stabilize na gamay, no?
Stabilize na.
Hopefully.
So wala na itong sideline.
Napagapon.
Napagihapon, but the sideline is there because it's still, it doesn't take time out from my clinic. I'm just supervising interns working in the clinic man.
Grabe,
So,
no? Blend of things.
yeah.
Right.
Koan. So, ni-play out ra sad siya in my, in my favor.
But starting that business, like, how do you, like, yun sa man mo pag juggle between that work na in a way, because we mentioned ka ganina na di siya mahog as business, but when you talk about business siya, like, nabakay ang pag-start lang niya, pag-operate niya mismo, like, the know-how about it, or, kaya ba naman ko sa mga so I just go with it. Unsa may
Koan.
back end ninyo ato?
The back end good was reading a lot of books.
Sa mga books na.
Like,
business books.
Business books.
Yes,
So,
okay.
like, one of the first books that I read was Start With Why by Simon Sinek.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
follow that
then-
guy, yeah.
The Real Life MBA. Like, kana gyud na book. So, timing man to, first year of Big Bad Wolf here. Kana barato ni, kana mga non-fiction, bitaw nga, kanang the ideal business books. And then, consultation sad with my friends who come from the kanang BA, business ad, kanang nga mga courses kay. Sa Allied Health, that's just like what? 1 subject, 3 units, nga a little bit into entrepreneurship, but it doesn't teach us about taxes.
No.
It doesn't teach us about these business paperwork. So,
Right.
part of it was to really do the legwork of consulting people who knows about business.
Oh, okay.
Para kana, di bitaw
So you ask mentors or
I asked friends and mentors about it. Yeah, kuan. And then of course trusted people, so katong accountants and bookkeepers in our family business.
Yes.
Mo lang sa damong gi-absorb kay kasi
Yeah.
liga naman
Yeah.
to really help us through kay.
Well-
Well, you ko'y kalibutan.
No, pero, bro, he's coming from a business family.
Okay.
Business na ganun yung family, right? Diba?
Yeah.
So did that help a lot? No, I think that helped a lot with the process, or how were you able to leverage that in a sense?
Putting up the business, yes, it helped a lot. But starting the business, going through the growing pains, siguro, because different kay industries.
Yeah.
Kay our family business is in the gaming industry. Then kanisha is in the health industry.
Bitaw.
So, wala kay crossover nga kanang sugaron subangan magkailangan ko lang
Layo na kayo.
But the
Layo na
fundamentals,
Pero at least there's game in your fundamentals.
Yeah. It's a different kind of game.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's different because a lot of people kind of getting common mistake ba like I've heard a lot of horror stories ganun na kanang who succeeded in one business, let's say contractor, then suday malls or suday kuan, then they fail from this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And mo na ni malugian nila sa the whole thing, no? So it's interesting to kuan na each business wag yung maing lucky tigyan na. And a new venture, right? Oh, so good point. Yeah.
Tira, no? So, with that in mind, like, you mentioned ka ganina na yung mga challenges along the way. So, what were those challenges man na you think na lisuda ni apso na lisuda ni i-overcome, but mo always na mo come up sa yung mind na because naka-overcome ko ani, this is something na valuable na ako.
Koan, I think the number of clients good.
Number of clients.
Yes, kay
Getting clients, yeah.
getting clients good. Kay we started our business with just 3 clients in a week.
Okay.
So nagi-adlaw nga narami in the center nga ang buhat ra gyud namo. Ang buhat namo in the center is sending messages or kanang mangitag unsa pa may tao sa
Outreach,
mga
outreach.
marketing or kanang nagi-adlaw nga na in the center. I'm there for 8 hours pero 1 hour ana lang pamasyente, especially in our first 2 months. Gamay jud kayo and kanang makanona na ka ba 2 months naman ay wa mong gihapon nga kanang musod nga
Murag ni pick up, no?
mapuno-puno
Murag ni
padayon
pick
ka pick up but
Yeah.
later on hinay-hinay ra sad kanang you put money into this business where utngan lang yun ang growing pains.
yeah.
Eventually ni sudra man sad ang clientele and then ang struggle lang yun, I opened the business at 2018 September. So after a year nakakuan ko ana gyud we had a good thing going already nga dili ra break even kana makaginansya na gyud.
Oh, wow, that's good.
Ginansya na gamay.
How soon was that? Kaya ni-mention kag 2 months, like when
Siguro on our 6-month mark
murag ka na.
wala na kami nag-negative. More
Okay.
on ko ana break
Wow.
even.
So murag negative gid to pag first
Pag
gid, no?
first negative
Yeah.
gyud.
Like,
And how many months ka to?
6 months.
Mga
siya,
6
ni-
months,
Ni green na siya pag 6 months. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
6 months no? Grabe.
Sige.
Utong gid
We
ikaw.
were on the red for siguro mga 6 months gyud.
Oh, gamit kayong side job ato.
Gamit kay side job. Yeah, gamit gyud kay side job ato. But the beautiful thing lang sad was that a friend of mine ni Koan sad gyud ni advice sad na ang imuhang expected na overhead expenses for at least 6 months to a year, i-try daw og factor in your capital.
Okay. Yeah.
Yan siya for service-related nga businesses.
Businesses.
I-try siya og factor in kay mangita pa mga clients.
Bitaw, no?
To fill in
Yeah,
ang
that's a
kuan.
really good point.
Maragi consider na gyud siya sa capital sa daan.
So, so para mo-operate siya for that period of time. Na dili ka
yeah.
mag-worry na
Yes.
marag maurot imong
Yeah.
buhok si kunauna, no?
But of course, magsigig pagawas may musod. Sakit gyud ba?
Sakit
yan?
yeah. But at least when you change that perspective na apil
Yeah.
na din siya sa capital
Yeah.
to
Marag
operate for that
it's-
period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pila
Kaya-
yung gingon? 6 to 8?
Meron siya, 6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
And it's,
Then
it's
wala
often-
pag-give up na. Joke.
Pero wala naabot sa point ni mo na mo give up ko ani.
Mabot sad eh.
Mabot sad,
Kuan. Especially kato, marag, within 6 months break even, within 12 months, dinha na ginansya gamay. So, nakaginansya gamay. That was September of 2019.
Yes, then-
So what happened a few months later? Pandemic.
Pandemic.
Sirado.
Oh.
So,
Bitaw.
katog yun, midway to the pandemic, so, naman ni.
Yeah.
Maraglisod na yun. And back then, sa moang place, wa pa yun sila nga ingon nga ni cut down nga to
Silang
really,
rates.
ang rent. Well, discounts lang. Wala yun ingon. If you're not operating, you don't have to pay rent. So, we went into online modes, mga ana, but katog yun, marag, nagi time. I think every business owner has a, swerte na gitingali kayong dili maka-experience yun nga kanang undangon na lang ka nato.
lagi,
But siguro the mindset was 1 more month.
Wow, I love that.
Yes,
One more
One
month
more
lang.
month.
Yeah.
One more push.
Kaya na lang, 1 more month. Kay looy sad ang clients in our care. Or
Amazing.
1 more month and then we might have to think about endorsements. 1 more month until we're here today. And
Wow.
continue lang yapon. Hopefully di na ta mabalik atong 1 more month. Well, we gotta
So
think about that.
when you say 1 more month, unsa man na game changing bagid ang atmosphere sa imuhang business ato? Unsa may naitabo ato?
Dili sad siya ingon nga magic nga game changing.
Okay.
Wow. Kuan lang gyud kanang for endurance lang gyud tingali.
Just perseverance lang kita siya.
Perseverance lang
Apply
gyud.
sa mindset.
Yes, nga. Sige lang kay if it doesn't work out koan kanang it might have to end but just 1 more month. We'll try to see. Ana lang yun.
Right.
For other things ang mindset is 1 more day. Di man inadlaw.
Yeah.
Binuan man ang overheads.
Nice.
So, yeah.
1 more month. Yeah. Usahay pod ka nang wa mong gihapon in the red, manggihapon or lisod, but ang tanaw na lang the slight differences or the slight increase in the
na-improve
gross
ba?
income.
I really
Ang
like
improvement sad gamay. So, sige,
1 more month na sad.
1 more month.
Yeah.
Or ni ubos gamay pero di man anak kadakog diferensya. So, 1 more month na sad. So,
Wow.
I really love that concept. Or I've heard similar kaning sa running bag sa endurance.
Yeah.
Like 1 more kilometer.
Yeah.
1 more poste.
Push,
Reach that poste. Like it's really good. Gamit ka siya bro. Kay,
Right.
like even if it's just a mental game mo say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like karang in terms of sports, pero you can apply it in business
Yeah.
as well, no?
I can relate actually. The reason why ako gitong siya emphasize sa Yaha is because mo po din itabo sa akong business. One of my
During
branches.
the pandemic ni?
Dili siya during the pandemic, but it was a newly open branch nako sa SM Ormoc actually. And then ang itabo is for 6 months bro, negative.
Negative good.
Nauwaw na ko sa akong franchisee, wala ko mahatag na dividend, ako sige ko gawas akong kwarta. And then with that na concept,
1 more month.
1 more month. Lagi. We have to, because nakita na ko na what man should show improvement bro. So we have to wash away all our staff. Kay feel na ko sa staff ginamo.
Yeah.
So walay performance. So we have to remove everyone. And then nagpadami gikan rin sa Cebu. Ato dito sa branch. Balik so good hiring, training, everything. 1 more month. Kato lang git. Kanta ko sa month. Usa ko moingon sa akong franchisee na
Give
undang
up
ta.
ka,
Oo. So because of that, boom, pag after 6 months bro, kusog ya akong Ormoc. May second gross second rank sa tanan akong branches.
Well, and just changing the people
Yeah.
behind it, no? Grabe, no? It's very important,
so
no?
grabe na siya na mindset
nindot,
po
no?
and it's the best decision we made ato na branch.
And it doesn't mean na 1 more month lang na and stay the same.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
try to experiment or
Of
change
course.
something
Oo.
so that, delete our insanity, di ba? Hitting the same thing.
Yeah, kind of doing the same thing and expecting different results.
Yeah,
1 more
correct.
month to try something different or
Yes.
1 more month to kanag endure pag yun to try innovating kumbaga or experimenting.
Yeah, I'm curious. So like, how does the business work, Desha? Like, I know I've watched the video. we might share a link to that, no, on the description. But kanang like, how does the business work? Like, how much ang consultation, may nana, and how do they connect or not really connect? Like, when's the right time to approach you?
Okay.
May nana ba?
All right, so the business works. The therapists in our team are actually consultants, so they're not our employees. Okay, we don't pay them by the month or by the hour, good or koan, but per client that they handle.
Okay.
So it's on a consultancy basis, and basically for the clients to be able to work with us. So it's either referral or even walk-in. So inquire lang.
Oh, walk in.
When's the best time to work with us? The moment that you feel a little bit of concern for the child's development is the best time. Why? We offer free developmental screenings. No commitments, nothing. Hadlok lang ko kay my child is already 2 years old and gamay pa man kayo og words. So, screen lang na to. We'll just check how the child is doing sa developmental.
Di na siya masakpan sa
Skills.
doctors or what? Wala naman yung doctors, no?
Kuan, naiuban nga ang pediatrician mismo.
Makakita.
Ang
Oh.
makakita. Try to visit an OT. Nasa uban na parents mismo kay usually after 18 months or inigabot sa 2-year mark, less frequent naman ang doctor's visits yun.
yeah.
It's not as frequent as
Yeah.
infancy, no? So,
Right.
some of the concerns arise 3 years old,
Bitaw, no?
4, mga ingana, bitaw. So, the moment nga na ay concern sa ilang bata, whatever the concern may be, inquire lang.
Yeah.
The screening is for free. There's no buy-in at all. Just so that you get to speak to a professional, and then the recommendation could either be, wala ra, at para yung development, just continue to play like this at home. It could be, okay, nice slight delays, but maybe not therapy. School might help, or
Okay.
in probably the most difficult scenario would be medyo taas-taas og delay. So we will have to move forward, or you will have to get kanang necessary services for the child.
It's heartbreaking to know that, no?
Yes.
Sometimes, diba?
Yes.
Like for a
Kanang-
parent ba? Hindi pa ako parent, bro.
Pero makakuha ka kasi imong anak din ma-diagnose with this
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
that. So you will have that denial first.
Yes,
Di ba? Na
yes.
it's too hard to
Yes.
accept na yung anak, special child ako ang anak. Di ba? So but yung sa swerte jud kuno nang na special child. Is it true?
Or kuan-kuan na kanang.
Well, depende. I think kanang swerte could be too abstract of a
Yes,
kung
yes,
ano. But siguro, having a child with special needs at home kay it builds character. And it builds character in a different way than regular parenting does or typical
Right.
parenting does.
Yeah.
And so, that character development nimo as a person, ma-apply nimo again to other aspects, and diha mo gawas ang result as kana ma-perceive nila as swerte kanang, for example, you mature a lot more, especially when you have to parent this child nga na diagnosis. I-apply na nimo nga maturity sa imong negosyo mo.
Oh yeah.
It makes a difference. So diha
Mao
siguro ang aspect of swerte, pero kanang
Naragyapon niya de.
naragyapon na nimo.
You create your own luck, di ba?
Yeah.
You become a better parent, very patient.
Very patient,
No, nothing to laugh about. No, pero my point there
Yeah.
was, it takes a different kind of understanding.
On a higher level,
yeah.
di ba?
Yeah.
Patience, no?
Sige, going back lang sa imong process. So, someone goes into you, to your center, you had the free screening.
Yeah.
And then, let's just say he or she wants to have your services. So, what's the next step, man? What's the
Okay,
process?
so yeah, we proceed with what we call initial comprehensive assessment.
Paid
so,
na ni.
Paid na ni siya. This is
okay.
different from the
Initial free ra
screening.
to?
Ang
Or na
screening,
consultation fee.
wala ra.
Wala ra?
Absolutely free ra.
Okay.
Gi-free ra na ko ang screening. It's for advocacy sa bitaw for the
Yeah,
kids.
yeah.
nga.
Yeah.
No hesitations ang parents mo. Bitaw bayaran.
sakto.
Kanang libre ra gyud na may oras nga mo consult for the sake of the
Yes.
child.
Yeah.
This is really good. And if you know anyone ba na
Yeah.
watching
Yeah.
this, or maybe you have a kid no na who you noticed by an Ana, so go to Priya. So don't hesitate, di ba? I mean,
Yeah.
nothing's gonna.
Then,
Sige, go
ganun
ahead.
siya.
No.
We proceed with initial comprehensive assessment. So we use na gyud mga specific metrics or tools to really see asa gyud siya at the developmental level.
Yes.
So either ako as or the occupational therapists, we also have a physical therapist and speech therapist on board to do the assessments depending on what therapy service the child might need.
Okay.
And then during the assessment, maka-formulate man ta og goals.
Or a
What are the
plan,
goals
terms,
or the plan for this child? So after that, nanay recommendation mahimo ang therapist as to the frequency of therapy. So it might range from 1 to 3 times a week depending on
Oh, okay.
on the need bitaw. So,
And how long as well?
and how long. So There's
dara na
no
mo,
blanket recommendation set for this.
Customized kayo?
Kuan gid siya. Yes, customized gid siya, tailor-fitted gid siya
Yes.
per child.
Well, like one size fits all.
Yeah, no one size fits all.
And that's the pricing comes in like
Yeah.
in the business setting lang na mao na niyang pila ang rates per session
Yes.
or a package ba ron na ninyo.
Kuan, ang sa amoa is separate man, no? The initial assessment
It's like a one-time fee.
is a one-time fee ang initial assessment at 2,500.
Okay.
Okay.
Give or take, depending on the assessment tool that we use. And then after that, per session na dayon.
So
And how much was this in per
Depende
session?
na ng per
Average,
session.
average
Ang
lang.
per session gid namo is 780
okay.
per session,
session.
whether it's
780
PT,
times
OT, or
3,
speech.
wala na in a week. Then
Yeah.
for how long usually?
Koan, we
Depende
usually
ra.
give a 3 to 6 months, but dili pa siya assurance. So meaning to say, di ba, I mentioned na during the assessment, we develop goals.
Yep, right.
So at the 3 to 6 month mark, amo i-recheck ang progress sa goals.
Yes,
And then,
yes, very good.
Diha na to makita if there's a need to continue to lessen the sessions, to modify. So we see the progress then.
Yeah.
And then we also work with kaning mga neurodevelopmental pediatricians. And sometimes these are the doctors, or they get sometimes, more often than not. Ang doctor said mismo maingon na, okay, mag-agree ra sad ko sa therapist, ato na once a week na lang from twice.
Okay.
Or consultancy na lang niya therapy, kay ready for discharge naman eh.
Yes.
So,
Wow.
they said, Koan,
Can you give an example like what's a goal?
What's a goal?
Like,
Okay.
Oh yeah, how do we achieve that?
alright, sige. So,
Sample lang or a concrete kuan na lang before na na-achieve ninyo ang goal niya. Like this is before and after.
sige. Koan, probably, for example, for a 4-year-old child na bisag unsaon sa teachers kanang magkamang gyud ilahom sa misa. Very difficult ang behavior in class. So, you could develop na, okay, naman siya sa traditional school, when
Yes.
siya i-analyze na to, how long yun kailangan maglingkod siya to finish a worksheet. Right? So, if one ang teacher nga, siguro 4 minutes per worksheet. So, the goal will be the child will be able to sit down and focus for at least 4 minutes at a time.
Kung achieve na niya, okay
Kung
na.
achieve na niya, probably increase. Kaya as they grow older, the
Yes.
demands will always get higher. So, probably increase nga. Ang imuhang basis for discharge yun would be 7 minutes at a time. Meaning safe na ka at 7 minutes. So,
No? Very hard.
Kuan gini mo, it's measurable yun.
Measurable good, yeah.
Inikita ni mo nga, marag, okay, kaya naman siya sa 4 minutes, revisit ta, meeting ta with the school or with the teachers. Kumusta man siya? What are the other concerns? If there's no new concerns, okay na yung behavior, then discharge
pwede na
planning.
siya.
na lang ta.
Discharge.
Yeah.
Dungano na ninyong mga kids dito in a session?
Kuan, it's mostly 1:1.
Oh, yes, of course. no?
Magkadungan-dungan lang ang kids because let's say there are 5 therapists that day, tagsa og bata ang 5. So they meet together but
Di ko sila ma-involve with each other or night times
night times.
they can
So,
play with each other.
yes, so usahay sa tuyuon gyud namo ang scheduling na kani silang duha kay especially for children with autism no nga maglisod og social skills.
Yeah.
So usahay amo yung tuyuon nga dungan sila session kay ready naman ni sila for social skills training. So, tagsag therapist, the same activities para maka-learn og turn taking,
Yeah.
greetings, ingana, and then later on, i-elevate ang iyahang intervention to a dyad session. Meaning, one therapist, 2 kids. Nga together na gid sila.
Bitaw.
May na siya. So there
develop
So there's so many different ways to go about it.
Wow.
No? Di ka ma-board di ba?
Every client is different, man.
things,
Yeah, every situation is different.
Yes.
Yeah. But quick question lang, with that na mo work you with the kids, then work with the school, na mention ka.
Yeah.
So dapat jud mo collaborate with the teachers said.
Yes. So, oftentimes, we do katong, like what I mentioned, nga parent-teacher conferences. So,
Okay.
especially if the parents mag-depends agad siya sa parents. Kaya sometimes the parents do not bridge us with the teachers. But when they do, usay magpatawag ang school o conference, muadto ko sa school,
Okay.
discuss me, kamusta siya sa school, kamusta siya sa balay, and all.
Wala na siya additional fee.
Consultation fee.
Na siya consultation
Yeah.
fee.
So,
Okay.
kuan siya. It has its own charges pod. Hopefully this year makabalik na gyud mi atong school visits.
Yep.
Meaning to say We used to do that pre-pandemic. Stricto man gud sila during the pandemic and all. Hopefully this year, mag-ease up naman yun.
Yep.
Back to normal naman kita. What we also do is really go into the school and observe the classroom even without talking to the teacher.
Yeah, yeah.
Kami gid kita.
Okay.
Bitaw.
No?
Yeah. Para ko
Para kita gini mo if what's the improvement?
Yes.
Or what's mo siya para ma-apply gid no.
What are the improvements or what are the current challenges pa para makastorya ang recommendations na to sa teacher applicable yun sa unsay makita na to. Kaya again, it's not one size fits all man.
Yeah,
So,
mo again.
Pero bawal mangitag clients dito na students. I mean,
poaching.
kani mo need na gini siya na kid. So, I mean, you can
May
see
possibility,
that as well, di ba?
Na possibility
Pero lain ka,
or
no?
kanang when you build relationships mo na siya relationship building is very important kay again this is a business built upon trust and kanang sita gani for the lack of a better term
Sama na.
integrity
Yes.
and trust yun
Yes.
mo and credibility.
Credibility, yes.
Yeah, kind
Of course.
That was the term that I was looking for. So, you build relationship with the teachers and then the teachers start to notice red flags with certain students.
Yep.
Mo, kung ano sa gitsa mo?
Sila
Trickle
yung
down
murag
sa
mo.
gitsa. Sila na si mo
Sila yung
refer.
market.
Refer, yes, and that na.
Sila mo yung marketer.
Yeah. So our biggest referral sources good are the doctors, the schools.
Yes.
And then
So you have to build doctors relationship
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And kanina business bro ba, it's very interesting because the patient is the kid. Siya ang need og help, but the client or the one paying is the parent.
Yeah.
Of course.
Diba? Duha yung duha na. But primarily, ang parent yun yung clients. Diba?
Yes.
It's naman may capacity.
There's the money coming from.
Yeah. From the
So,
business aspect, yes.
yes.
Ang client yun nato is
the parent.
The parent. So, ang koan said, the common session namo, it's 1 hour per child, but it's not 1 hour inside. It's around 50 minutes. The 10 minutes is spent for what we call feedback. So we go out, we talk to the parents, muna na hitabo today,
Lagi, no?
and all. Kay, of course, with the hopes nga, ila sa na i-carry over sa balay.
Yeah.
Kaya, the kids are what? They're in therapy for 2-3 hours a week.
Yeah.
The rest of the time, they're with the parents. So the parents should know what to do, right? Or if na yaya, the yaya should know what to do with the kids. So important kayo na mo ang feedback. We really take the time to discuss.
Yeah.
On the business side of it, because they are the ones paying for it, this is our way side of explaining. They're getting their money's worth with the
Yes,
services.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Di man sa pwedeng, nga, marag, bugat-bugat ba yung bayad? So, di sa pwedeng nga, puro na sa salig nga,
Bitaw,
blind loyalty or blind trust na
Yeah,
koan. So, we really take the time to get that rapport with the parents.
In fact, yeah, that's the most more key aspect of the
Yes.
business good to
Yeah.
get the parents good, to trust you and
Yes.
yeah. Amazing.
So how do we, so mention ka kanina na ma-reach na ang goal.
Yeah.
So what will be like the ending man sa imong process? Like, okay, reach na ta the goal, so end na ang session. What will be your process for that?
Kung ano gid siya, we slowly decrease the number of sessions. So kato from twice a week, once siya. Then from once a week, probably we can do monitoring na every other week.
Yep.
Or probably once a month check-in.
Check-in lang.
And then later on, if after 3 to 6 months nga, sige check-in with a lot of changes, okay na, then discharge. We write up a
Discharge na.
discharge paperwork na
yeah.
this were the concerns and
Yeah.
then what are the recommendations.
Wow. What happens if I could no longer afford? Like I'm a parent, no? Cut lang ko ritso, sabi na siya.
Yeah.
Koan, we have experienced those. Okay, life is pretty difficult, yun ba yan, no? So, what I do in the center for current clients, and then if budget is really a concern, sometimes because I'm working with interns, I offer up, depending on the availability of slots, I offer up the Mondays. Nga the clients can work with the interns, and this will be kanang charity or free of charge.
Oh, wow, huh?
Hindi ano?
Amazing.
Pero kana siya, it's one therapist with the intern, so supervision lang. The other times, kay therapist good mismo, then assist ang intern, but we do have those options, but for more sustainable or kanang sustainability
Yes,
niya,
of
kay
course.
short term naman, kay limited kayong slots, di ba? for sustainability, sometimes we refer them to community settings. So
So we have like the government has some programs for them in Anaba, or
not so much.
yeah, can you tell us a bit about that?
Well, kung government, we have Soto for that.
Okay.
So Soto actually has a rehab center as well that can work with the kids, or SPED centers sa public
centers?
schools. So
Oh yes, okay.
like for example, Zapatera has a good kanang
Good to
SPED
know,
center, and Vela's OTs are working with Zapatera. So they also offer therapy services there. So if in case mabot gid sa point na marag, they really have to cut down therapy because we could no
Couldn't
longer afford it,
yeah.
then usually we draft endorsement notes. We refer them to certain centers para dalhan na to endorsement
Yeah.
note.
At
And
least
then,
they don't
yeah.
leave
Yeah,
leave them
nga,
hanging. Basta,
or we draft up a more comprehensive home instruction program na in the meantime, sige, buhatan ni tanan sa balay. Hingan lang nga. Pero dili sad sayang bitaw nga. We stop services.
Amazing. So with that, mentioned ka, muna siyang struggles mo before. So, among next question is, what is your biggest win, man, so far with your business right now?
Biggest win would have to be growing the number of people in the business. So I mentioned we started with 2.
Yeah.
And currently we are at 19.
Wow.
wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. That's a lot of...
Let's go. Amazing.
Although a lot of them are part-timers, but still, there are 19 people working with us
Nice.
in the team. A mixture of OTs, PTs, or speech therapists, SPED
Galing,
teachers,
yeah.
and admin staff. And probably another win is that we in the admin side, or the head therapists, has since gotten into more certifications. Or we finally had the time to go abroad and get those continuing education. Yun.
Ah, wow.
So right now, we are opening up more specified programs. So for example, the new program that we are launching is what we call the AAC, or Augmentative Assistive Communication Devices. So the kids who are nonverbal, na program in the iPad for kanang communication. They select pictures and it talks for them.
So using
Hinga
technology na.
Yeah, using technology for communication. Or nasa low-tech nga, pictures lang. But so our chief therapist and one of my partners has that certification. So it's a new program that we're coming up with na kanang ma-assess good, and we build and tailor fit the communication device for this child, mga ingana. So those are our wins as well. Now we are able to expand our programs, not limited na to just one-on-one sessions, but to additional adjunctive activities as well.
Wow. So are you planning to branch out po, or
Yes.
may plano?
Yeah, bitaw, that's the next question. Like, what's the future of this
Right,
business?
yeah.
Future of this business. So definitely after that 5-year itch mark, there's siguro it's safe to say right now I'm at a point now there's no other way to go but up.
Yep.
You know, I've already hit rock bottom. Hopefully that was rock bottom. What nilain pa.
Of course,
But,
of course.
you know, there's no other way to go but up. There is a lot of potential to really increase the number of service providers. So I'm really looking to expand, branch out.
Yeah.
If not within Cebu, we're looking at other provinces as well.
Yeah. Scalable man siya, di ba?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just create your own parang method ninyo or systems in it.
Yes. So
Pero di sa siya pwede franchising, which is a favorite topic sa many Mike.
Possibly po siguro.
Yeah.
Depende.
I would say possibly, but I would prefer nga
Na,
ang mo
imo na sa-
franchise or work with us is also a therapist.
Of course, yeah.
You have to select. Good.
Yeah.
Select yun,
Yeah,
no?
qualify.
Yeah, kana yun nga.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like if you wanna use a reputation and the
yeah.
name already of the business and expand it as you bank upon what we've already built here.
Yes.
But kana, I would prefer nga therapist good or has a know-how within this industry.
Of course, so.
Because again,
Di lang business ang ginawa na. Because in your industry man, pero dili sa kagana mo expand from that age group or mo na gina siya yung specialty na. No?
right now, muna ako specialty. I don't want to spread myself too thin as well.
Exactly, yes.
Okay,
No.
specialization man good siya.
Yeah.
So, what I'm thinking is, siguro, go to other locations, focus on the same age group,
Okay.
while we're also building other programs. So, Mura naman sa Chag, slowly we're expanding the specializations to also adolescents kay. One of the biggest things that we also do is community integration. So, the center man God is in Queens Road near Redemptor. So, doon kay Pure Gold.
Yes, pure gold.
Yeah, so we've had a few sessions nga lakaw gid mi. At Pure Gold grocery to Loan yung grocery.
Huwag ka, no?
Wow,
Sa mga adolescents.
Adolescents. So what we did before as well, it was pre-pandemic and we were in Vibo Place. So Kaka Dairy Bar was there.
What's it to?
Katong Kaka.
Kaka, yeah.
Yeah. It was in Vibo Place back then as well. I've met the owner, so story ako niya, ni-pitch lang ko nga, can we have our kids volunteer in your ice cream shop?
Oh, wow.
So we had the
okay.
adolescents work with them for 1 hour every Saturday na sila scoop
Nice.
sa ice cream.
I love it. Yeah.
Kaya na lang.
Parang lang
Vocational.
activity.
Kuan, pre-vocational training sa siya for the
Yeah.
kids. They know things that they can do. Advocacy po nga, these populations, although they may have autism or they may have needs,
Yeah.
kaya man, they can work man.
Bitaw, yeah.
Nagit
Bitaw.
sila placements. Okay, these individuals are not going to be kids forever. So
Yeah.
what happens when they become adults? Asa man sila? And the sad truth is their parents aren't going to be around for so long.
Forever,
Yeah.
Maabot yun ang time na
They have to fend for themselves.
yeah. So
Amazing.
hopefully we, aside from growing our business in different locations, it's to expand in the sense that we are able to really nail down the programs and the business potential for those clientele.
Yeah.
For kanang vocational, pre-vocational training na yun. Specifically. I think if vision lang, mo pa na nasa vision board
Yeah.
right now.
Quick question lang before we run through our last
Yes.
last few questions, no. Like who are the competitions nimo karon? Mga napatay mga competitions that I
Yes.
pretty
so,
known. Or
Yeah.
can you give some?
We have Goal Therapy Center, Nara in Ramos pod. There's playabilities.
yeah,
kids
playabilities,
gym.
no? Kana, no?
Yeah. Playabilities, kids gym. Sa paman. There's OT Works.
Sige, day siya.
Yeah, nagid. Ubay-ubay sa gid.
Ubay-ubay sa gid.
Yeah.
It's okay. You're building your own. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mas fun sa fundamentals.
We all begin with the fundamentals as our tagline says.
All right, bro. Ikaw.
Sige, so let's go with atong mga signature questions, bro.
Sige, go.
Okay. Sige, so very inspiring, no? Like it's something unique, it's something niche imong business and something na very rewarding at the end. But so for someone to the benefit of our viewers, but for someone who wants to start this kind of business, for you, what would be your top 3 tips?
All right, top 3 tips to start this business. One is try to work for somebody. Because this is a service-oriented industry, you have to know how to take care of your people. And the only way for you to know how to take care of people is to try being somebody nga take care of by an admin.
Yeah.
No, so that's probably one of the biggest tips nako. Panrabaho sa mo to know what it feels like nga namoy amo para by the time nga kamoy amo, you know how to
You feel, yeah.
you feel for your staff. Why? Again, in the healthcare industry, we're not taught these things. We're not taught about leadership, and I'm lucky to be with Toastmasters.
Toastmasters again, yeah.
Leadership and communication.
exactly.
Kana bitang I get these tips from others. So if you don't have an avenue for that, find that first.
Yes.
Know
Good
how
tip,
to take care of people. Second is do the legwork to learn about business if you are not in the
Legwork?
business industry.
Yes.
Or if you are a business person looking into this field of services for your business, do the legwork to learn about what we do so that you are able to balance the service provision and the business side of it. And the third is because we're dealing with kanang difficult populations is kuan kay siya, no, it might come off as cheesy, but the heart to serve
love
gihapon
that, yeah.
because ultimately while the business pays the bills, again with just one branch, this isn't the business that's going to make me rich, but that's why you have to expand your portfolio because this alone won't make us rich, but you have to have the heart to keep this going.
Yeah.
And then this will feed. It puts food on the table. It pays the bills. It will allow you to diversify your portfolio. And again, going back to tip number 2, do the legwork to know what else you can do
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah. Lovely tips. Garangi ko. And very important ang heart, actually. Any kind of business now would,
Yeah.
would grow.
Right.
Because it will keep you going.
Yeah,
The
in
why
any
na to.
business, you need the
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah, you need a heart. So since you answered katong mga books like Simon Sinek, The Why, and katong usanin mo katong personal MBA, no?
Real life MBA.
Or real life MBA, like I said, itong personal MBA. I haven't finished the personal MBA. But yeah, so do you have any other resources you want to share or kato lang sa?
Off the top of my head, katong 2 akong ma-remember.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, but if you were to lose everything, this is one of our other questions, like, and start from scratch, like what would be your, like, how will you do it all over again?
Or differently.
Yeah, in a different way, or is it in the same business? And sama siya. If you were to start from scratch lang and lose everything, but you still have your skills, your knowledge na, how would you start again?
Okay, so if I were to lose everything and start from scratch, I would start with kanang a firmer foundation of programs.
Okay.
Siguro when we started, easily swayed kay may banga, uy, nindot sa nga potential program. So it was a lot of trial and error. So if I were to start again and, with all the knowledge that I have now,
Yep.
it's to be more firm, to stand my ground with the programs, to know, asara dyan ko kutob. Na kanabitang,
Bitaw, no? And say no if delete na.
to say no when it's too much already.
Yeah, not overpromise.
You don't wanna say no kay negosyo
You
mag
you want money coming in.
yeah. It's potential. So,
Yeah.
kana siya. Although, di man sa tingon nga flop to siya nga
Right,
programs
right,
or
yeah.
flop tong ideas. Nakatabang man gyud siya and we were able to work with other potentials. But lahi ra sad gyud now nga we've set our parameters.
That's good. Yeah.
To know when to say no. It's energy conservation as well.
Exactly. Focus on what your
Yeah.
80-20 rule. Focus on the
Pareto
20% that
rule.
moves the needle. But yeah, really good conversation here. In fact, sunod atong guest about this now with the, like, how do you call it? Vocational ba? In a sense, na kaya mong last si Dubby, si JP, no?
Yeah.
Oh, so he employs PWDs and works with these people. No, it's very, it's a different kind of. I'm actually really inspired. Minaw ko sa atong conversation ato last time. Mura ko kailak ko nung buminaw niya. Very passionate for what he's doing. And now we have someone who working with this set of population as well, the minority, but really that really needs our care and love as well. So amazing kayo, no? I just want to share a few things that I love with this interview. And one really stand out katong one more month. So yeah, okay, di mo good. The business is not like straight line pasaka.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like that.
Roller coaster,
And if we're going through that hard time, or if you're starting out, I think that one more month, one more push philosophy is really, really good to have. So amazing. Go,
There
bro.
you go. So I think what I've learned sa atong interview karon, no, it's kwan siya. It's something bitaw na rewarding kay siya na profession.
Yes.
Rewarding kay siya na business, and it's something na you don't need to get rich here, but you feel fulfilled.
Yes.
Diba? It's
Yeah,
about
bitaw, no?
fulfillment.
Using business for fulfillment.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be for money all the time.
Mo yun.
Exactly.
Right.
But this has really a good potential to grow as well.
Yes,
it is.
I think that's a really good start because you're doing it for the right reasons instead of like for so many people. The common mistake that I've seen people who start business is they do it for the wrong reasons. Money ra good. And in fact, wala na ilang heart dikto, na mga sila ideas, copy lang, lang.
Yeah.
They didn't know that
Profit
usa
lang
day na behind or underneath the sheets. Right? So, okay. So,
So where can we find you? So this is the time siguro maka-promote sa imong business. So where to contact you?
on Facebook page and all socials. Yeah.
All right. So, yes, our center is located in Tango Plaza Building in Queens Road, Kamputao. It's right behind Pure Gold in Mango Avenue, or very close to the Redemptor's Church. So, we can be searched on Facebook as well. So that's Fundamentals Pediatric Therapy Center on Facebook or Instagram, fundamentals_PTC. And you can send us a message there for any inquiries. Feel free to reach out to us. Any concerns, if even the smallest of concerns. No,
Yeah,
no
smallest
concern
questions.
Yeah,
No?
smallest questions.
Go ahead.
Don't worry. We have therapists on board to welcome or, open to answer any of your queries to set you at ease. And
Yes.
we still continuously offer our free developmental screenings. So that you can check what your child needs most. Yeah.
Yeah, and I could vouch na kuan. They won't judge you there for sure. They will. You will have the best care. So, all right. So, what a lovely interview we have here. Thank you, Priya, for
Thank you.
for being with us. And I'd like to shout out our mga regular that make this episodes possible. No, like coffee and the snacks from Te Amo. Our place here, Kaizen, of course, as usual. And what else? What else do we need? Different businesses, no?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you need a car wash, Zoom Auto Spa is the place to go. And yeah, if sa pamilya Te Amo, go Pacific Living,
Yeah.
usa pa may condo na to. But yes, you can if you're staying at the IT Park, if you need a place to go visit Pacific Living. And yeah, that's about it. So
Yeah. But before you go, if you find this video inspiring, if you find this interesting, please do share and like this
Yes.
this video as well.
so
All right.
with that said, this is Dave.
This is Mike.
This is Priya saying bye-bye. Thank you.
See ya.